Good morning, friends. Welcome back. My name is Mark, and today we are doing another quick take review on Maelove's Retinol Serum, Moonlight. If you have never seen one of my quick take reviews, there are plenty of them to choose from, but what I do is cover the highlights, the lowlights, and the bottom line of a product to help you make an informed decision about whether or not this might suit your skin's needs. Be forewarned, in some cases, like with SPF or retinols, I do cover a little bit more of the science side of things, just to make sure that you truly are making an informed decision. Such is the case today with our new release from Maelove. This is Moonlight, the Retinal Super Serum. I love Maelove as a company. I love their story, their background, and their formulations. They are pretty budget friendly, and I don't want to say they're dupes, but they're kind of dupes for the most sought after ingredients and formulations out there, the most effective things for your skin to actually see visible changes. They also make my all-time favorite vitamin C serum, the Glow Maker. It is a vitamin C, E, and ferulic serum with some hydrating ingredients. Check it out, it's wonderful. Now, every 6 months or so, it seems like beauty YouTubers and Instagrammers go through a cycle of talking about retinols and why everyone should use them. They're wonderful. You should use them if you're able to tolerate them. They can be a little bit finicky to work up to, so just be mindful. There are plenty of other videos that I will link in the down below that explain all of the intricate pieces of retinoids and everything you need to know. I'll just wait here while you go watch all those videos, okay? You're not gonna watch them, are you? Okay, short version is, retinol has the lowest potential for irritation of these three, but it also has the lowest amount of efficacy. So it's gonna take the longest to work, and it's not gonna work quite as deeply as retinoic acid or retin-A. Now, right in the middle, we have retinal or retinaldehyde, which is a newcomer to the scene. And yeah, it kind of fits that perfect balance of being a very strong ingredient because it doesn't take but one conversion to get to retinoic acid that your skin can actually use, but it's also very low irritation, almost on par with retinol. So let's talk about how Maelove did with their formulation. As always, I purchased this with my own money. I bought it just over a month ago, close to its launch, and just fell in love with it. I will tell you right off the bat, the texture is wonderful, it is an effective product, and it's good for sensitive skin, even angry sensitive skin like mine. It upholds Maelove's track record for making wonderful, well-rounded formulas. Now, that means that they don't just use one single ingredient and leave that as the star of the show. And while retinol is a wonderful ingredient and certainly does some heavy lifting in this formula, it is accompanied by a whole symphony of supporting ingredients that help keep it stable, help minimize irritation to your skin, help support your skin's natural repair processes, help support moisture levels. It's just a wonderful formula and very, very well thought out, which is exactly what I've come to expect from Maelove's brand. Let's talk about packaging. It is in a beautiful, weighty, opaque glass eyedropper bottle with a beautiful, simple label that is royal blue. I think it just looks beautiful. It's a good combination. It definitely embodies moonlight to me. The eyedropper dispenses the product appropriately. It is a semi-viscous, creamy serum texture. I know I say that a lot, but it seems like that must be what focus groups enjoy, is something that's mildly hydrating, doesn't leave that tacky finish, and spreads nice and evenly. So it dispenses that well. You're able to control the amount very easily. It is a nice lightweight texture, so it spreads nicely on the skin. The only downside about an eyedropper style bottle is that it does let some air in every time you use it. While it controls it for hygienic purposes, like you aren't dipping your finger in there, it still would be nice to see an airless pump design, but I know that they aren't quite as elegant. The opaque glass bottle will prevent UV exposure and incidental light exposure, which can degrade antioxidants over time, so that's great. So it looks pretty on the shelf, but what does it do on the skin? Well, as I said before, The formula is beautiful. It's a lightweight, creamy texture. It does absorb very quickly into the skin. It glides nicely, so it's easy to use a small amount and ensure that it spreads across your whole face, down into neck and décolleté without a whole lot of issues. This is definitely a moisturizing and hydrating serum, so I have been able to cut back a little bit on the amount of moisture that I'm using, even though it is already deep into Colorado winter. I also like that it plays so nicely with my other lightweight hydrating ingredients, like toners and essences, because I like to layer them a bunch of times rather than use really heavy occlusives, so this fits in perfectly. Let's talk ingredients and formula. Moonlight has an aloe vera leaf extract and water base, which helps to make it very hydrating and lightweight. Along with that, our heavy hitters are my dear favorite niacinamide. Following close behind is glycerin, which is a wonderful humectant and skin reparative ingredient. I'm coming to favor that more than high dose hyaluronic acids just because it doesn't leave that tacky, sticky finish, and it seems to layer a little bit more agreeably than hyaluronic acid does. Next up is another favorite, gluconolactone. Now this isn't quite as well known as some other acids, but it is a polyhydroxy acid, so it's more gentle than alpha hydroxy acids like even lactic or glycolic acid, which is going to help slough off those dead skin cells ever so gently. It's reported to be safe for even rosacea and post-procedural skin, which is great. Then we have some awesome hydrators and moisturizers. Squalane, bisabolol, ceramide NP, magnolia flower oil, green tea leaf extract, and cloudberry sea oil, along with sodium hyaluronate, or the salt form of hyaluronic acid, which is our wonderful humectant, and tocopherol acetate. Now, all of these provide some wonderful moisturizing and hydrating factors, but also antioxidant protection, and they support the rest of the ingredients. So it keeps things stable and just well balanced. So this is an effective product from the time that you open it until the time that you use up that last drop. Now for the bad news. I have tried to open up to using products that have some amount of fragrant plant oils in it, as well as denatured alcohols. If you want more information on denatured alcohols and why they probably aren't as bad as we used to think they were, in skincare products at least, I will link Lab Muffin Beauty Science down below. So I do love the scent of it. It smells beautiful. It's light, it's citrusy, it's relaxing. It's just a very well done scent. However, that beautiful scent comes from 3 fragrant plant oils: grapefruit peel, orange peel, and bergamot fruit oil. Now, they're in small quantities. They're basically at the bottom of the ingredient list. However, using anything with fragrant plant oils in it, they are volatile compounds, which sounds scary, but it really just means that they are likely to make aromatics. So they're sort of evaporating, they're changing phases, which is why you get the smell of it, because it turns from a liquid to a gas so that we can smell it. In that process, that can be irritating to skin and can be sensitizing to skin. So long-term use of it, even though it may not irritate your skin right off the bat, it's still not a great idea to use anything with fragrance over and over and over and over and over again for years on end, because your skin will likely get irritated by it from sensitization. And finally, it does have 2 forms of denatured alcohol, which are drying types of alcohol. But as you will see if you watch Michelle's video, drying alcohols more serve as a texture enhancer, so it spreads more smoothly and then evaporates before it can really do any damage or dehydrate the skin, especially in a very moisturizing, balanced formula like this one. Final thoughts. You can purchase this on Maelove's website for $34.95 US, and that will get you a 1 ounce or 30 milliliter bottle. I can't give you a great estimation as to how long the bottle lasts with normal usage, but using it 1 time daily, because you should only be using it at night, about half a dropper full seems to spread very nice and evenly over the skin and neck, and then I use just a couple extra drops to get all the way down into my décolleté and backs of hands. For the amount of ingredients and the benefits that you will reap from a formula like this, I think it is definitely a well-priced item. If you've used any other retinoid or retinol products for more than a couple of months and your skin has acclimated to it, I think you could jump right into using this every other night or every night even, without much chance of irritation. It's chock full of anti-irritants and soothing ingredients, so I think if this is your first experience with a retinoid, I would suggest using it once or twice per week and slowly move up to every other night or every night. My other suggestion would be to buffer this. So put on all of your normal routine, both serums, essences, and moisturizers, and add this as a final step. And those with oilier skin types may be fine using this as their final step. I can highly recommend this product. I have loved using it. Even for those who have used high-strength retinoids before, I think this is a nice product to work in maybe every other night or a couple nights a week, just because it has so much more to offer and still keeps that nice high efficacy of retinaldehyde. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this video useful. If you enjoy this type of review, check out my QuickTake reviews playlist. It has a lot more to offer. As always, if you have questions or products you'd like me to try out, please leave that in the comments down below, and I will see you next time. Take care.